Okay, you have your DMR quiz today. That means right now is your last opportunity to ask questions about anything that you do not understand about word problems, okay? I'm going to show the correct answers to these. And if you have a question about why or how, please ask it. Alrighty, we have Jara is making a rectangular garden 9 feet long and 6 feet wide. 9 feet long, 6 feet wide. There's our garden. Okay. She plans to put a fence around the garden. Cool. Each corner has a fence post. Okay, so there's a fence post. 1, there's a fence post. 2, there's a fence post. 3, there's a fence post. 4. Okay. Then she also plans to put a fence around the garden with fence posts that are 3 feet apart. So now we've got to put them every 3 feet as well, okay? We know on this rectangle that we have a side of 9. That means we're going from 0 all the way over to 9, okay? We know that in order to get to 9, we've got to count by 3s. 3, 6, 9. So there is also going to be a fence post here at 3, a fence post here at 6. The bottom is the exact same because it's a rectangle, so they have the same size lengths. So our top and our bottom are now finished, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fence posts so far. Now it says we got to do the other side where there's 6. Again, we know that this is from 0 all the way down to 6. If we're going to put it every 3 feet, that's 0, 3, 6. 6 already has a fence post, but 3 does not. So we're going to add a fence post in the middle on the right side, and then because it's a rectangle, we're going to do the same on the left side. And now we're going to count them up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fence posts will be needed in order to solve or to finish this fence that Jara wants to build. Okay? I told you guys at the beginning of the week, you are going to want your math notebooks. You are going to want blank paper to be able to look things up that you forgot and to be able to write down the items that you need and draw pictures to solve, okay? All right, let's take a look at the next one. We have Cheryl, who has 2 fabrics. Which best describes the relationship between the shaded area of each fabric? Here's fabric 1, and I notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. One of them is shaded. So this is 1/4. Here's fabric 2. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one of them is shaded. So this is 1/8. I know that when I have different denominators, the larger the denominator, the smaller the piece. I can see that is true. 8 is a large denominator, but this is a much smaller piece than the 4th. So when I compare these, I'm going to look for a statement that shows that 1/4 is greater, which is A. 1/4 is greater than 1/8. Questions? Okay. Next one. Read carefully. That's a hint to you that it is tricky. Sue ran 2/6 of a mile on Monday and 3/6 of a mile on Tuesday. Which day did she run farther? Use the number line to help solve. Monday is at 1, 2, 6. There's Monday. Tuesday is at 1, 2, 3, 6. There's Tuesday. Tuesday is a longer amount than the amount ran on Monday. So Tuesday is correct. B. Okay. Last one. Don't forget to add your $sign, which I don't know why it says that, because it's not a dollar problem. That is a mistake that I didn't see till now. Nobody saw it yesterday because I had people on office hours and they didn't ask questions.
I saw it.
Good on you. All right. Carlos is making a square picture frame. The length of one side is 8 inches. What is the perimeter of the frame? Perimeter is equal to the side plus the side plus the side plus the side. Miss Sousa, it only told us one side. How are we supposed to do it? Great question, guys, and I'm glad that you asked it in that voice too. We know that a square has the same size sides. That's why it's a square. If one of the sides were longer, it would be a rectangle. So that means if one of them is 8, all of them are 8. So our perimeter is going to be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Ready? You got 8, 16, 24, 32. 32 inches, B. If I wanted to do it the long way, 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. That's that 8 and that 8. Another 8 plus 8 is also equal to 16. That's that 8 and that 8. Put these together. 16 plus 16 is 32. Same answer, either way you solve. 32 inches. All right. Your DMR quiz will unlock to you today at your work time of 12:15. Make sure that you take that quiz. I just got done updating Skyward, y'all, and last week we had 9 people take the quiz. I have 19 kids in my room. That means more than half of the class got a 0% F last week because they didn't take the quiz. I'm a super nice teacher and I let y'all turn in stuff late. The quiz is still on Seesaw. So if you don't want a 0% F on your report card, I would highly recommend you scroll down to last week's quiz and you click on that link and take it right there. Because 10 of y'all got an F on your report card because you didn't do it. So, all right. We are now going to switch gears into our math lesson for today. I have asked you all week to have your math notebook handy dandy. There's a Blue's Clues reference for you. Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. Make sure you have that. We're going to utilize these notes today to help us label shapes. Okay. Alrighty then. If you would please go ahead and open up your Seesaw assignment to the task called Describing Shapes. Yes, Tim, a question.
Gonna say, I think I did the DMR quiz already because I don't see the DMR quiz activity.
Perfect. All right, describing shapes is the activity that I'd like for you to add a response to. It says with your teacher, we're going to work on slides 1 through 5. Independently, you are going to work on slides 6 through 12. Okay. All right, here we go. Our goal for today is as follows.
In today's math lesson, we will continue building our knowledge of lines, line segments, and points. Today, we will draw these figures, and we will use these vocabulary terms to describe two-dimensional shapes. That word two-dimensional just means that there is a length and width to a shape. Most of the shapes we are familiar with are two-dimensional because there's length and width. They are flat shapes on a plane.
Okay, so this is what we are going to look at today. We looked at our vocab yesterday. Today we're going to use that vocabulary to describe shapes. So let's review our vocabulary, shall we? With me, get ready to whip it out, William. With a what, William? With a what? With a what? With a what? With a point, not a dot, a point. And I pulled a power move and put you on mute. So point it. All right, here we go. Point.
A point is an exact location on a plane.
Let's do it again.
A point is an exact location on a plane.
And again.
A point is an exact location on a plane.
All right, a point is an exact location on a plane. Look at this. There's our definition. Look at this. There's our definition. It's asking us to draw an example. Let's draw an example of a point. I'm going to use my highlighter because I like the light color that it makes. And I'm going to do this like sunset orange. Here we go. All right, draw yourself a point, please. Point. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. Thank you, Josh. Point it. Point. Okay, sorry. All right, point. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next one. Ready? With me, here we go.
A line is a straight figure that continues on forever in both directions.
Make sure you have your arrows out. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. You got to make sure that you're showing the direction that the straight path goes forever and ever. Ooh, I like Miss Bram's better because they're actually straight. Look at that. Point. Okay. All right. A line. Here we go.
A line is a straight figure that continues on forever in both directions.
Nice. It keeps going. It never stops. Remember, we don't have a lot of real, true lines in the world because forever is a really long way. Okay. Lines never, ever, ever end.
A line is a straight figure that continues on forever in both directions.
Okay, let's draw an example. Mrs. There's an example right there. You're right. Draw a different way. So this example is going horizontal. Let's draw a different line. I'm going to draw a diagonal line. Do, 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 do. Perhaps you want to draw a vertical line. Oh, that was terrible. It wasn't straight. There we go. That was like the most straight line I have ever drawn on Seesaw ever. Do you guys see that? There is not one single wiggle in that whole thing. Go me. All right. Make sure your lines have arrows on the ends. If you draw this, you drew a line segment because I'm going to say, nope, it stops right there and it stops right there. Okay. You got to have arrows on your lines. If you don't, it is a segment, and segments are parts of a line. They are not a line themselves. Questions on that? Yes, Terrence. You went away. Yes, William.
Is the line technically a line if it doesn't stop?
Is
It's
a
not a
line?
line.
If a
It's
line,
not a line.
it is not a line. That is correct. So when your teacher says get in line to go to lunch, they lied. It's a line segment. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at slide 4. Slide 4. Here we go. Segment. Here it is.
A line segment is a straight figure with two endpoints that is part of a line.
Okay. So here's what that means. We just drew a line a moment ago. Here's my line. A line segment is part of a line. So this right here is what a segment can look like. It is on the line. It is part of the line. Okay? So a line segment is like chopping it, and it's only looking at a small bit of it. All right, let's move it again. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
A line segment is a straight figure with two endpoints that is part of a line.
Yes, Justin.
Can you go back to slide 2?
Slide 2. There it is. It's just a point. All right. All right. Draw an example of a line segment. Let's draw an example of a line segment. Terrence had a great question yesterday. On your sorting activity, there were not endpoints. It looked like this. And he said, Ms. Sousa, how do I know if it's a segment if there are endpoints? I said, Terrence, that's a great question. And here's how you know. Because here's where it starts. And here's where it stops. Okay? Even if it doesn't have the actual endpoints like this, you know it's a segment if there aren't arrows. Because it's right here, it's starting, right here, it's stopping, it's done. Okay, so it was a great question by Terrence yesterday. So that is a line segment that I've drawn there. This is also a line segment. Boop, because there are no arrows. Again, Miss Bram is holding up a line segment. Your writing utensils are line segments. They have a start, they have a stop, and they are a straight path. Okay. Yes, Levin.
So you remember when you said when the teacher told you to get...
Oh, Levin, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to let you unmute and then I hit mute. Go ahead. When your teacher says what?
says get in the line, and you remember on average when you told us to get in the line, so you lied to us.
I did. I lied. I told a lie. I like to think I made a mistake, but yes. William.
So the line around the world, if how is it a line if it goes around the same place?
What do you mean by goes around the same place?
It goes around the globe. That's the same place every single year.
Yes, but because it comes back to connect itself, it is continuous. So it never, ever, ever stops. It's kind of like this, William. Here's a romance lesson for you, William. You ready for some romance? Here you go. The reason people give wedding rings is because the circle never, ever, ever ends. Just like your love. Oh, so sweet. That's why. So it never, ever, ever ends. So yes, it does go around the same place. It keeps going around my finger. But if I were to take my ring off and say, hey, show me where the circle starts, you couldn't do that because it just goes forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay? There you go, sir. Tell that to your future girlfriend. Just kidding. Don't do that. It's a terrible idea. All right, here we go. You are going to take a look at labeling shapes. Okay? Slide 5 is a video for you that you can watch if you feel confused while you're doing your independent work. This is just an example. We're going to do one together on slide 6. Instead of watching the video, we're going to do it because we're going to quote pop propaganda. Learning by doing. What a novel idea. And we're going to do it. All right? All right. This says, highlight the line segments with red. Grab your highlighter, make it red. I'm going to make my my point smaller so that it doesn't take up a huge amount of my drawing. Highlight the line segments with red. All right, remember, a line segment is a straight figure that has 2 endpoints and is part of a line. Okay, so this right here, that's a line segment. It starts and it stops right there in our field of vision. Okay, that is a line segment. Go ahead and trace that top line segment.
I have a question.
Yes, Terrence.
First, can you go back to slide 2?
It's just a point. Just like that.
No. It's a dot.
Get out of here. And what else?
Oh, that was all. It's just a.
All right. So now we're going to continue on with our other line segments. There is also a line segment on the left side. Why? Because it starts here and it stops here, and it is a straight path.
That's
we can-
another vocabulary.
It is.
This array.
We don't have any rays here, but yes, rays are at one point and go on forever in the other direction. So one connection to a ray would be thinking about the sun. So the sun, if we consider the star, the point, the ray is what comes off of the sun. It starts right here and it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, bow down to earth and then into space. All right, so we are going to continue drawing our line segments. Our line segment again is here. That's not what I wanted to do. On the right side and finally on the bottom edge. Those are our line segments.
No, that's a line at the because it's circling around.
No, because it's not one continuous line. This has 4 different parts. Okay, so it does connect. I see what you're saying. It does connect, but we drew 4 different lines. Okay, line segments. Oof, I gotta be careful with that. We drew 4 different line segments. Okay, highlight the points with green. Let's go ahead and get a big old fat point on your marker there. And points are where our line segments end. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 line segments. So we've got 4 points as well. They're right at the ends of the segments. Go ahead and highlight those with green. Are there
It's
lines
not
in this shape? Are there lines in this shape? How do you know? What do we think, guys? Are there lines in this shape? Anybody see something that goes on forever and ever? Anybody see any arrows? Nope. And guess what?
No.
Not lines. Thank you, Steve Rogers. No, there are not lines. It says, how do you know? Let's add a text box. There are no lines in this shape. How do you know? Notebook. Lines are a straight figure that continues on forever in both directions. There's nothing showing forever here. The line segments we see do not go on forever. Forever and ever, I'll give you my heart.
Can you put it in the chat?
I can. That is what I was doing. You're getting ahead of me. There you go. The line segments we see do not go on forever and ever. Right here they stop. William, put your headphones back on.
Can't sing.
William, hey William, good job with your headphones. All right. Now we have, it says record your sentence when you are done. Oh, look. Look. There's a microphone. Oh, do you see it? It's so pretty. Look, microphone. Look right here again. Look, microphone.
Ugly.
Do you see it? Look, microphone. Okay, so we're going to type our sentence. You know, Steve, you would think that I don't have to do it every time, but every time I still have people turning in their stuff without recording on the microphone. So here I sit, drawing pretty rainbows for your brains to remember.
Miss
Okay.
Usha.
So this blank has line segments, has blank line segments and blank points. This is asking us to describe, okay? Let's describe. this blank, this shape right here is called a rhombus. Y'all thought you knew all your shapes too. This rhombus has blank line segments. How many line segments did we draw? We traced or highlighted 4 of them. Okay, so this line segment has 4, or this rhombus has 4 line segments and 4 points. And to answer your question, no, I'm not going to put that in the chat because it's 3 words and y'all can do that. This line segment has 4, why do I keep saying that? This rhombus has 4 line segments and 4 points. Okay. Watch this, guys. Look, I'm going to, you know what? That's what it is. Maybe you guys don't know how to do the mic recording. So hold on, I'll show you. Okay, ready here. Look, you're going to click this, ready? And then it's going to pop up and it's going to say it's going to start recording in 2, 1. This rhombus has 4 line segments and 4 points. And then you click done. And then look, it's right there. Look, listen, watch, ready? This rhombus has 4 line segments and 4 points. That's how you do the microphone, people. And then if you want to, you can make it smaller and you can put it right there if you want to, if you don't want to cover up all your work. Okay? It's amazing. That's how you do it. So I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to mute all you guys. And right now you're going to click on that microphone and you're going to record yourself. And I am going to be watching your screens over here like this to make sure that you are doing that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we're going to record yourself reading that sentence, the same sentence that I just read. This rhombus has 4 line segments and 4 points. Okay, here you go. Go ahead and record. Take 30 seconds now. Okay, that was 30 seconds and good. I saw people recording. Thank you. Okay, that is how you're going to complete your work today. All right. So let's talk about what you're getting ready to go do in a breakout room. And it is slide 7. Take a look at slide 7. Slide 7. Am I sharing the right screen? Yes, I am. You are going to describe this shape by the number of line segments, points, and lines that are on it. You are going to identify line segments in red, points in green, and lines, there aren't any, in purple. Okay? You're going to record and type your sentence right here. The name of the shape, how many line segments, how many points. Okay? All right. I'm getting ready to send you into breakout rooms to complete this. Taking a look at screens. I'm going to have some people share their screens to show their work. Okay. Jalen, would you mind sharing your screen and showing us the line segments that you highlighted in red? Jalen, could you share your screen and show us those line segments? All right, go ahead and unmute Jalen. Oh, wait, I got to let you unmute. There you go. Go ahead and unmute Jalen and show us the line segments.
So this is what I put. I put the long lines and the red lines and the green lines, but why do they have to be a dark green?
Oh, they didn't have to. You could have chosen a different color green if you'd like to.
Oh.
Okay. So what does the green represent? What are those called?
They're called dots.
Oof, you're listening to William too much. They are dots. What do we call them on, what do we call them on geometry?
Points.
Jalen, what do we call them in geometry?
Dots.
That's what we draw. They are called points when they're describing shapes, okay? Because they are exact locations. All right? Awesome. Thank you. We got our line segments, we got our points, and we're getting ready here to take a look at how many of each there are. Question, are there lines in this shape? 11, are there lines in this shape?
No.
Why not?
'Cause they don't go on.
Because why?
Because they don't go on forever.
Correct. They do not go on forever. Okay, thank you for that. And who can read us their sentence? This blank has blank line segments and blank points. Q, let's hear from you, sir. Share your screen with us. Share your screen with us and read us that sentence there.
Share your screen and read us that sentence there.
So they're saying, is there any lines on the square right here? I said because on the side of the square right here where it's highlighted, there's lines on the side of it if you take the highlighting off.
If you are talking about how we talk about lines like line up, you are correct. If we are talking about mathematics, these are line segments because they don't go on forever and ever and ever. So they are line segments, okay? So with that being said, how many line segments are there, Q?
There are 4 line segments.
Perfect, you got it. There are 4 line segments. Wonderful. All right, how many points do we have on this shape? Tim, how many points do we have on this shape?
4, and I mistakenly picked the wrong slide for some of the work. I thought it was the wrong.
That's okay, because you have to do that work for independent work anyway, so it's okay. It's not wasted. All right, so yes, there are 4 line segments. There are 4 points, okay? Let's talk about your independent work. Your independent work is the remainder of the slides today, okay? So you are going to complete slide 8, 9, and 10 about the shape that is shown, all right? For slide 11, you are going to draw your own shape and follow the same steps. Highlight line segments with red, highlight points with green, and tell me if there are any lines in your shape. On slide 12, you will create a video. What's our video about? I'm so glad you asked. Here you go.
Make a video to show your teacher. In your video, talk about today's success criteria. Were you able to draw an example of each vocabulary word? Were you able to describe 2-dimensional shapes using these vocabulary words? Tell us how you did today.
Okay, so you're going to tell us how you did on the goal of using terms such as points, lines, and line segments to describe shapes and drawing those items. Okay, that is your independent work for today.